a student where they are, you have to have that compassion. Not only do you have to have it, the student needs to see it and feel it at all times. Another thing that stuck out to me, which my son, I noticed, in a matter of 2 weeks went from a 20% in science to an 88. A lot of that has to do with how he feels about the teacher. And before, when he was at 20%, him and the teacher were going back and forth. And then when mom stepped in and I had some conversations with the teacher, tried to explain to him my son's behavior. Now, this is not going to happen for us most of the time because these are adult learners. But it was something about the teacher actually listening and seeing what the difference was in my son's behavior. But he went from 20%. Now, that was pretty low. And I was trying to figure out, son, what is going on with you and this teacher? And even when I asked the teacher that, the teacher became upset with me. And I wasn't asking to be confrontational, but trying to understand what the problem was. But he went from that percentage because he began to like the teacher. So liking a teacher, if a student likes you, that really determines performance. Now, the reality is, as the video said yesterday, we're not going to like all of our students. All of our students are not going to like us, especially those of us that are a little pushy and a lot more aggressive into getting them to, but if they can understand that we understand the greatness that is in them, because that's the only reason why we're aggressive at that point. When you agree as teachers, we see something great in them and our goal is to pull it out. But oftentimes we're met with resistance. I've had those issues in my experience, even with my children. Those out of my own womb, my blended children, my blended family children, and other children that I've endured, seeing that greatness in them and giving them the confidence to pull it out. That's what makes great students. That's what makes great success in our industry. But we have to know how to tap into it. And as I was watching that video, that's what I began to think about and consider. So it's up to us to have priorities as educators. We have to take on that role, that priority that says that we're going to place the students' educational needs and make them a priority. We're saying that we're going to maintain a level of discipline in the classroom and still create an environment that's conducive to learning. We're saying that we're going to grade them fairly and honestly. Just because we don't like them, if they are superior in roller setting, give them what's due them. We're saying that we're not going to abandon our students in any way. You know, when I told you guys I got fired, I felt like I had abandoned them because the subject matter that I was teaching at that time, during that morning session, they needed me. And there was a part of me that felt like I let them down because I could not maintain my little self-control with that little threat. But we have to also, in the area of advocacy, we have to be able to say things that are on our mind, but not allow them to cloud the judgment of our students. We need to treat all our students equally, regardless of their social, economical, class, race, all of those things, and respect what they bring to the table too, because our students are future professionals in the making. We have a duty to serve as role models for them and to be that beacon of light, because sometimes, as the gentleman was saying in the video, sometimes we may be the only maternal or paternal instinct that they have. So it's important that we are in a posture, and that's why I say that everything that comes out of our mouth not only affects our students, but the way we are affects our students, because they are watching us. And we have to make sure that we don't humiliate them and we're not inappropriate towards them. Anyone want to share on their video what their experience was before we go to the next one? I see a lot of chocolate.
concerned me very much so because she cared about what she was doing. She really wanted to do hair. Her passion was more nails. But every one of the other students were just constantly, her panties are green today, they were green Tuesday, now they're green again Friday, and she stinks, and she hasn't brushed her teeth, and her flip-flops are like indented onto her feet. You know, did I recognize this? Of course I did, first off. So this young lady, I decided that I would pull her aside and just talk with her and give her a personal hygiene paper and just go through some of those things with her on a personal level in my office with another educator, so she could understand that we cannot be unhygienic in our field.
Absolutely.
We have to be presentable and clean. I mean, it seems as though she didn't get it. Not at all. Nothing changed within a month. So I'm spinning my top thinking, how am I going to approach her again? I've already approached her, and I really went down through there and, you know, made it very clear in a nice, appropriate manner. So later on, I just decided that I needed to pull all of my educators together, whether they be in the aesthetics, nails, whatever. Just pull us all together and just get some idea of how we could really get through to her. So the nail tech instructor, she mentored her as well. She approached her with the same thing. A month later, still nothing had changed. But what I did realize is when her mother come to visit her and she walked through the door, I realized then it wasn't that I was trying to change her. I was trying to change her for her own self. But what I didn't realize is she didn't know any different. Her mother looked exactly the same. Never brushed her teeth, never fixed her hair, same flip-flop indentation. It just rolled off of my back like, wow, this family has been living like this for a long time. And so, you know, I'm talking about months on end, racking my brain, trying to figure out how I could get to this young lady. And it was just through actually continuously going up to her after I thought about it. I quit thinking anymore. And I finally went up to her and I said, do you own a pair of tennis shoes? And she goes, I really don't like tennis shoes. I like my flip-flops. I said, I completely understand. I said, but I want to remind you about ergonomics and how hard it's going to be on our bodies when we get older to prepare our feet and our posture for different things. So as time rocked on, she began to understand. I would point out just a few different things that she might have changed. She might have came in with makeup and I'd go and put my arm around her and I'd say, wow, I love what you've done today. It looks really nice. And I figured out that with just this one young lady, her potential, she had scored the highest in the TCAT entrance exam of anybody we knew. I mean, she kind of set a record and a precedence for the school, but she had that one downfall. But I worked with her the whole 9 months. She made improvements, and as she got out there and got her licensures and began to work in the public, I think she worked for several different people that must have, you know, continued to see her hygiene had not changed a whole lot, but had changed. So I get word a year later that her hygiene had changed even more. And another year later that she had done a complete makeover, had had her teeth fixed, had actually started showering and doing the things that she needed to be doing all alone. She just could not comprehend in her head what society was seeing, smelling. And I'm proud to say to this very day, for anybody that ever helped her get down the path that she needed to be, she is successful. She is in Chattanooga doing nails, and she's very successful. And the one thing that I always wanted to really emphasize with her is that she didn't do the nail class, she did the cosmetology class. And I said, you have that outlet that you're really good at. You're good at nails. You do makeup well. I said, but I need to challenge you to do things that involve cosmetology as well. I said, I think it's so important for you to have that broad spectrum in case you don't do nails. You know, maybe there's not a place for you when you first go in. You need to be diverse in what you do so that you always have a payday coming in. So I found out, thank God, that this young lady had actually divorced her husband, divorced her family somewhat, and has become a very successful cosmetologist, nail artist in the field. She is doing both. So that being said, that was a big, big challenge for me because I had a lot of people on my back, a lot of students on my back. You know, she sings, blah, blah, blah. And I think they learned something as well. You know, if you don't like the way someone has appeared to you or smells, walk away. Don't let it be your problem. Walk away. Let me handle it. I understand everything that you're saying to me because I feel the same way, but I've got to figure out a way to approach it. So that's just one of the many things, and that's the one that sticks in my head the most, to say that she is successful today and underwent a lot of diversity with her personal hygiene.
Thank you, Ms. Norma, for sharing. That was good information. And the thing is, having that compassion enough to even care. Oftentimes, our students are going through things that we don't understand, and having the compassion makes the world of difference. It's time for a video.